Hello and welcome everybody to another spectacular, amazing, fantastic, energetic, non-stop, total action edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show. I am Marcus, the grand finale, and I'm joined by
Lord Manny. Hey, hey!
Ho Ho! Welcome to another show. And I am really excited to do this episode, mainly because we're only going to spend it talking about Raw. There are no rumors that I need to talk about, or story, or situations I can talk. I mean, there's stuff. I can talk about Chris Jericho at Sturgis, or, performing with Fozzy, but I don't care enough. I can talk about him doing it with Smash Mouth. Just a bunch of shitty bands getting together. Manny, how you doing?
You're not ready for the shirt? A little bit of the Rona.
A little bit of the Rona. The Rona God. But I swear to God, if he is not allowed to wrestle Wednesday, I don't know if they have it taped or not. I don't know. But if he's not allowed to wrestle Wednesday, I think that would be absolutely disheartening to the AEW fan base. Because it's self-inflicted. It is all self-inflicted.
Well, I feel like the Jericho character has expanded, that he's larger than life now.
Yeah. But he isn't bigger than the coronavirus. And, they built this match between him and Orange Cassidy, and it'd be a shame to see that go to waste. By the way, shout out to the Lumber Chat. If anybody ever shows up in there, I know we got a like already. I don't even know how that happened, but thank you for that. But we will try to respond to your chat questions and responses as much as possible, but we may not. We may not. There's so much to talk about on this edition of Monday Night Raw that I'm ready to jump right into it. You ready, Manny?
Let's do this.
All right, so the big story for Monday Night Raw. Ric Flair murdered? Who knows?
Murdered.
Randy Orton, after his grueling match with Kevin Owens, decided to hug and criminally kick Ric Flair in the head. And, the lights flickered and everything. And the show goes off with no one coming out to Ric Flair's assistance. Manny, how'd you feel about this?
Well, do you know what? This is the closest thing that reminded me to Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair at WrestleMania. Was it 20? I love you. Because you saw Randy whispering in his ear before he did his dastardly deeds.
Yeah. To me, honestly, this was better to me than that ending. And I know Chris is in the chat, and his hate for Shawn Michaels, maybe he appreciates this one. Because maybe he hates Randy Orton and Ric Flair as well. But I feel like this was the better closing to Ric Flair's story. You got a full scope of his entire life. This was a Randy Orton / Ric Flair's is our life, in which you talk about Ric Flair's being the dirtiest player in the game, and, helping Randy in Evolution. And Ric Flair, who has been a consummate heel and the dirtiest player in the game, the only way to go out is with a cheap nut shot and a kick to the groin, being betrayed. And he felt like he was killed off. It was once for all. It was amazing. I wrote from Chris.
How did you like the TV and horror slasher film kind of murder of Ric Flair, where they panned away essentially by going fade to black a bit before, as Randy punted him and then returned.
I really like the aesthetic of that. I like the whole the cinema behind it. The whole I'm gonna hug you, I love you, the back and forth, the real emotion in both people's eyes. Like Flair looked like he's gonna cry, but that's literally 900% of the time when Flair's on TV. As Randy alludes, all you're good for is crying, Rick. But
that's a very good Randy Orton.
Thank you. I've been practicing that. But I enjoyed it. It was a safe way to get Ric Flair on TV. He took 0 bumps. That shot, you just fall to your knees and you cut to black, and you don't actually have to see him kicking in his face. It was a calculated move because Christian can at least fall face first and Big Show can fall, but and make it look believable. But Ric Flair at 71 years old cannot do any of that. So I thought that was I thought it was necessary. I thought it was amazing. And Where would you like to see this story go now in SummerSlam when Drew McIntyre goes head to head with Ric Flair? I mean,
Well, it never.
Randy
Well,
Orton.
well, inevitably, I wanted the story that panned out where this came out of random conversation with Eric of Brock Lesnar versus Charlotte. But now I feel like a welcome addition would be Charlotte versus Randy Orton for redemption of her daddy.
Daddy and brother, because Randy Orton attacked the entire Flair family except for Charlotte. He said, "Rick, you're a piece of shit, basically, and you're just hogging the spotlight." And then he goes, "You wish I was your son because you never had a son that actually made it," referring to David Flair, who had his short stint in WCW, and Reed Flair, who never got a chance to make an impact due to the untimely passing. And which led people onto this plague known as Charlotte, which people will regret ever since. But it's I don't remember what my point was. I would be accepting of that match. I would be accepting of Charlotte going up and just socking him and trying to give him the big boot and trying to live on a legacy. But then Randy, I mean, is it believable? That's the question. Charlotte versus Randy Orton. Is that? I know Brock Lesnar and Charlotte. It's ridiculous.
Let's be real. Like, as much as people don't like Charlotte, Hall of Fame career already.
The hate porn.
It just fits Randy Orton's MO. Legend killer. Destroy Charlotte.
Now, if he does wrestle Charlotte, for what I believe will be the WWE champion, because after SummerSlam, I believe he will be champion. I think Drew lost his title tonight. Because Randy Orton he's been so entertaining. He deserves to be champion. He's the current, and I'm going to say it, best wrestler in the world right now. Look, mic skills, in-ring ability. No one's touching Randy Orton at 40 years young right now. And
so I saw a post on. Someone reposted it. It was a WWE post. So like we've gone past half year now. Who would you say has been the standout superstar of WWE Raw, the Raw brand itself, since January?
It's got to be Orton. Orton and Edge, but Edge got hurt, so it's got to be Orton for me. He outshined everybody. His storytelling and in-ring work has been amazing. I think a close second, which is also another old dude, would be like MVP's mic performance mostly, and pretty much carrying that show.
I think MVP came around more shortly
around
after
March,
didn't he?
Somewhere around there.
Around March.
Yeah. So who you got? Who's your MVP?
I'd go as far, probably go. Selena Vega's up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd go Street Profits. They've been entertaining as hell.
You had that moment though. You hated them. You hated them because of the bowling and the axe throwing.
Yeah, I know. Because I realistically thought these guys are good enough already that they just need to have the match.
Yeah.
Because you didn't need all this. That's the thing that annoyed me. But like, outside of that, when you look back at it, yeah, they're probably shit I'm going to remember because it was stupid but funny at the same time.
Yeah. They were entertaining no matter what it was. Chris brought up Bayley. Yeah. Sasha and Bayley also have been outstanding performers in WWE. Like, I would rival that. I mean, honestly, Randy's been great. Yeah, he's better than Sasha and Bayley. I'm going to give him just slightly above because Sasha and Bayley has been really entertaining and may have put on the best matches of the year. When they're having EO matches and Asuka matches and whichever vice versa they were having, they put on really good matches and really been completely entertaining with the Golden Role Model game. And Bayley stepped up her game.
Well, I think Bayley as a heel moved forward just because there has been no fans to stammer her and put her off.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I'm curious how they'll be when the fans come back and if Bayley is still a heel by then.
The hater has said, don't forget Seth.
The hater has brought up Seth, who has been really good as the Messiah. He's coming to his own. And I thought this week, when he was destroying Dominik, him and Murphy were doing a gang jumping beatdown of beatdowns, transforming Dominik into Tommy Dreamer, just beating the garbage out of him like a scene out of Roots. Oh, I thought he elevated himself even more by looking into the camera and telling him, Ray, I know you're at home looking at this. How you liking this, Ray? Just trash talking. And that can transition to our next segment. Manny, what do you feel about the Dominik contract signing for WWE and SummerSlam match with Seth?
This basically means Dominik that Ray signed, doesn't it? Because like he's not just going to let his son sign without him signing. But either way, so I liked it. I do feel like it's a bit strange that no one came out to try and help him or break up the beating Dominik took.
He deserved that beating.
No, he didn't.
He's unjust. I can argue for the boys in the back of why I went to save him. And you know what that one word is? Spite and jealousy. I had to work for years to get my ass here. You're just Rey Mysterio's son. Yes.
You know what another word is? Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. El Luchador has made it into the chat. But, do you feel like me being petty in the back? I can see it being two layers. One, it's poor writing on WWE. That nobody gives a damn about Rey Mysterio or his kids. And Roberto was killed Aleister Black.
No referee came out.
Yeah.
The
no
Snack
doctors.
Daddy didn't come out. The Snack Daddy didn't come out. He came out for Flair.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
After, for me, a way to address this is similar to what AEW did, in which they say the locker room is on the other side of the arena. It takes time to get here. And I know people know the size of the Performance Center. It's not the largest event. But for safety cautions, let's say, they say people are down the street in their motel rooms doing social distancing, and it takes time to actually get here. If they would do that, I'm okay.
Yeah, but then they tried to explain Samoa Joe not being able to help Dominik, where it's just like he had to be professional and be behind the desk. But I was just like, how does that explain last week? Unless he got a telling off.
Oh, I wish we had that on TV of them just talking to Samoa Joe, because seeing him, I mean, they said it on the show, but just seeing him looking down as this is happening, as Seth is berating and beating him, it just seemed like it was like, oh man, this is, because it was so gruesome. It went on for like 5 minutes, I feel like, of them just whacking him and talking shit. Maybe even longer than that.
Yeah, they beat up Walter Jr. just like that. Unnecessary.
Now that Dominik has, I guess, paid his dues, took his ass whooping, ate his medicine, got his receipt from when he whipped on Seth Rollins the previous week, do you look forward more to this match, or are you still at the same area where you're at?
I just want to see what Dominik can do, to be honest, especially because he's in the ring with Seth Rollins, who will produce a really good match with anyone. But like to see like someone that we haven't seen wrestle other than a 619 on Brock Lesnar, it would be really interesting to see what Dominik can actually do, because like they're trying to play off that he's had no ring experience or anything, but you know the guy's had ring experience, so it'd be interesting to see what he can do, especially with Seth Rollins.
I'm curious what he can do. That's a nice swishy sound, Manny. It actually looked worse on TV with that sound. Like, what's he doing? What's he shaking under that camera? Oh man, he's really enjoying some Dominik. But
it's G Fuel. If you would like to sponsor us, please just give us a call.
Yeah, I sell out for anybody. That should be our tagline. I sell out for anybody. If I would let a pimp sponsor our show. Honestly, this is Two Twisties pimp service. If you need the hookup, call me. I'm like, I read it off. But so I'm curious to see what Dominik's done. He's been advertised since the beginning of it's been a while. Since I think the first SmackDown, or before the first SmackDown on Fox, they've been teasing Dominik and Ray's teaming up together and going through the story together. And at SummerSlam, you're finally going to get it. I don't feel like this beating added more intrigue to it. It was just more like, oh shit, he's taking a beating for me, because I was already intrigued on what he can do. Now, my next go ahead.
So I've got Dom needs to hit the weight room. Kid looked skinny and soft. Chris responds he's a teenager. But Dominik looks bigger than half the people that were in Retribution last
He will eat the people in Retribution. He will eat them. He will eat the Q205. Like, he's actually a big dude. He just needs probably to hit the weights a little bit more. The shirt he had on, I think he has one of those body types in which he doesn't have a particular size for t-shirts, in which there's always either you're too tight or you're too big. Like, he's in the middle. Yeah. And so when he was standing out there in the t-shirt and the Kindle stick, and I was like, man, he seems fat. And then he took out the shirt. He's pretty trim. It's just it's not toned. Like, he doesn't have the tone yet. He needs to really work out with someone like Pat McAfee, who I'm going to bring up right now. And watching his workout video.
God, what a video package. If you haven't seen it, go search it. It's on, I think WWE on Fox tweeted it out. But just search for it. There's the 1 minute video of Pat McAfee working out. The man has a swanton bomb in his arsenal. He's got a moonsault. The man can jump to the top rope and land, which I wouldn't expect someone of Matt McAfee's ilk to do, but he can do it.
He's a really athletic guy for a punter, and people take it for granted. And he's pretty much like 6'1", 6'2", or something like that. So he's not relatively small. He just looks really athletic. Now, my question, Manny, are you more excited to see Dominik's first match, or are you more interested after seeing the Pat McAfee's match training video to see him in the ring?
That's a good question. I'm still gonna go with Dominik, because that realistically we know how that's gonna end. He's gonna have a crossbody in his arsenal as well. Like all celebrity wrestlers somehow have a crossbody. Females, males, they all do it.
But I know this isn't about Raw, but I'm going with Pat McAfee. After seeing the video and seeing him do all his flips, I just want that match to be quick and easy, though. I don't want Adam Cole to go 10, 15 minutes with Pat McAfee. I want him to just beat his ass as a guy entering wrestling and not realizing, oh shit, I'm going to fit. He needs to be beaten like the people in the Raw Underground that had no business in there. Let's move on to the biggest topic of last week's Retribution and Raw Underground, the two latest additions to Monday Night Raw or the WWE brand. What did you think of the Underground this week?
I'm really intrigued with Underground. Like, so they obviously take these two episodes of Raw back to back, so it's not like they had any idea how to kind of react to last week's show of Underground. But like, you saw more. This is going to be the place where they're going to develop new talent.
Yeah.
Like, this is the place where you're going to see them build up newer guys and give them minute pushes in like what it seems to be is like mega squash matches. And obviously, the two women that got beat up initially by Shayna Baszler were the two women that were in Retribution last Friday.
Hold on, Manny. I don't know. You were cutting in and out with me right there. I hope that doesn't come out in the feed and your point comes across. I got most of it, of which you're saying those two girls got beat up by Shayna Baszler, and that it's mostly to get young talent over, but some of it was cutting in and out. Hopefully that doesn't translate to what we're streaming, but who knows?
Is it still cutting in and out?
No, now you're fine. It was just in the middle of that point.
I think the final point was that the two women that Shayna beat up was essentially the two women that were doing the beating in Retribution last week. Because I recognized that lady wearing Vans, and then that woman had the curly hair, which initially I thought was Vanessa Bourne, but when you look at it, it's clearly this woman.
It's this woman, Detective Sherlock Manny Hayes, on the scene with the scoop. But I do
actually need a pipe now.
Yeah, you need a pipe. I'm cool being Watson. I'm cool being Watson. I don't really do much, but just ask questions just to move the plot along so we can keep up. I like your pipe is a bubble pipe. Like, oh, I enjoyed the Raw Underground this week. I thought they got rid of the dancers, or they edited them out. I enjoyed. That says low stream quality. Man, something's going on. Something weird's happening. But I don't care. We're gonna make it through this show. God damn it!
I didn't even notice that they cut out the women this week.
Yep, they were gone. They didn't actually cut to the women this week. So, hence why, doing your point, Manny, I did not cut to any women. I know that got our views up last week. It just didn't work.
So we're not going under the impression of sex sells. Because it does.
Yeah, it did. And those trashy hoes that I had last week from Trizzle's Pimp Service brought in the views. So, what I enjoyed, again, about Underground is that when everybody, I guess it's the imagery, whenever I see somebody step onto that platform that is a main wrestler guy, they look like a star and they look like a badass. Whether it was Ruas, Daba Kato, Shayna Baszler, and
Ruas looked legit this week.
Yeah. This is what he was built for. It's Street Fighter type fighting. And I've liked him in Evolved, or the time I saw him in Evolved and in NXT. I think he looks like a real player and a future star within the company, as in being physical. I'd love to see him and Thatcher get at it. But I think what the Underground is succeeding at the most is who is going to be in the Underground next. It has this Royal Rumble feel for me of who they're going to showcase next. And it's not, like you said, it's not something that's going to maybe produce maybe one or two good matches, but it's mostly squash matches for people who aren't being used that week to be seen and get over. And I thought there was something with that.
What did you make of the stare down between Daba Kato and Shayna Baszler?
I wanted it. As much as I wanted to see her take him down. I wanted to see her jump into it, give him an arm bar, do a hurricanrana, or do all types of shit. Oh, and I know people be like, that's fake. But hell, I watch TV shows, and I was watching the show last night. I was watching the Umbrella Academy, and they had a chick do a hurricanrana through a guy out the window, and I was like, I'm watching this. This shit happened in wrestling. It's the same shit. It's a TV show. I don't care.
Yeah.
In TV, every woman that can fight has a hurricanrana. I don't know why they all studied luchador style, but they all have it. And I believe when Shayna was looking at Daba Kato, that it looked like it should have been a hurricanrana taking place. My one problem with the Underground, they need a new host of the Underground. Shane doesn't work for me. He's not working. Like his response.
Like it works. It's. Do you know what it feels? It feels like the guy that's trying to be friends with everyone, but no one wants to be his friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't want that. I need somebody that's more grittier, more grimier. Like if Joe, or if you know how they tease the Hurt business of running it. If MVP was running it and he had that mentality. If Santos Escobar was doing it, or even Kevin Owens was hosting it. Someone with that grit. Or Samoa Joe, someone with grit and that fighting background that looked like they can get in. Shane just looks like Shane. And I don't need a 50-year-old man telling me this is what fighting and edgy fighting is.
Well, Shane's got the worst punches in the game.
Yeah.
They don't hit. They don't look like they hurt. So he does seem like the wrong person to host it. Samoa Joe does seem like the right person to host it. But I'm waiting for when they unleash Bobby on it properly. Because I feel like this is the way to make him look like the guy that he's supposed to. Because he just looks like a little flunky right now.
He is a flunky.
Yeah. And I think that's not what people want him to be.
Yeah. Speaking of Bobby and the Hurt Business, they were involved with the segment with Apollo this week, where Apollo threw a couch at them.
Who the hell throws a couch?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
When Brandy throws a shoe and you get MJF shouting, "Who throws a shoe, Brandy?" Like, who decides to throw a couch? Like, you got fear. You got fear for Apollo Crews' wife. If he gets angry one day, he throws a couch.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like, I saw him throw a couch, it was like, what the fuck, man? Like, it was impressive at the same time. If it would have went through the plexiglass, I would have proved that. Was I hyped for him and MVP having another match? No, but this feud is helping Apollo develop a personality and character. Like, his mic skills improved. You saw the physicality, and it seemed like it's leading toward Apollo and Bobby, which will be a nice matchup.
I don't know. He used the. I feel like he used the Stephen A. Smith of "he's a bad man" when he describes Aaron Rodgers on the First Take.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. A bad man.
He's a bad man.
Sorry for drinking in the middle of this. You know, get thirsty. It's hot. Jesus. But I did like that segment. Overall, I enjoyed Raw this week. I know they experiment stuff. The one thing about Raw I didn't enjoy this week, and I'm still giving them a chance until after SummerSlam. I'm going to call this the Dark Order timeline for me, in which I supported the Dark Order until an extent when I was like, I think I'm jumping off this train. And that is Retribution, in which they are throwing cinder blocks through the bottom of windows because they're so short. Underhanded. Manny, what was your gripe with Retribution this week?
Well, so it was alright till that point happened when they threw a cinder block, and then when one of them was standing on an upturned car, and then needed help to get down from it.
Come on, baby, can you get down from the top? Like, they did look like a bunch of teenagers this week. Like, it's just like they're a bunch of rowdy teenagers. Now, I don't believe we got any clues of who really is Retribution. I know you did your detective work and realized that the girl that got whooped up by Shayna this week was in there in the group. But, and you had that one dude talking. He was like, oh, we're going to get our revenge and all that. Whatever he was saying. But I still don't think they have who is in Retribution, by the way.
Well, a lot of Twitter seems to think Xavier Woods is part of this.
But why?
It doesn't make any sense, but like a lot of Twitter is saying it, and I was like, oh, okay.
And, what are you gonna say?
I've lost it.
Oh, okay. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. You get it back. You get it back. So we don't have any clues of who's in this Retribution, but I really hope it doesn't disappoint. I feel like it will. And I believe the debut or the leader or the real members will debut after SummerSlam, because SummerSlam has the title. SummerSlam, you never see it coming, which it builds you up with hope of like, ooh, how can they surprise me? But then it also filled me up with total disappointment. I get full gobbledygooker vibes out of Retribution. Full gobbledygooker. And, by the way, I don't want to hear about people calling them short. I don't feel like that's a drawback for me. Don't become Vince McMahon and criticize people because of their size. That's the reason 90% of your favorite wrestlers either never got deals or never got pushed. It's because Vince thought they were short. Just look at Shorty G. And if Shorty G is one of them, I'm done.
No, he's all about the money now.
Yeah, but he got killed for the money last week. I think he's going to stay back for the money. He realized maybe the money is where the big boys play.
So I saw this posted all over the place about Bianca Belair beating up Zelina Vega over Twitch.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Which led to what happened also this last night. So it was Dawkins versus, I can't remember who he went away. Was it Andrade?
Yeah. Dawkins fought Andrade and beat him, which I spit out water. I went, no! God, no.
And which was a pretty good match. And then obviously Zelina and Bianca had their match, which I felt like went on a little too long.
No, I enjoyed the Selena-Bianca match because it was a lot of storytelling in it. I'm like, I didn't do it. And you see Selena basically running from her. It made Bianca look really strong. Selena, I don't think, landed one thing of offense really in this match. I feel like she got her ass beat. And I'm upset that they didn't use the Twitch feed footage, that's now a part of canon, that's just wrestlers goofing off. But I thought it would have added to the storyline. You wouldn't be able to explain how she got into the house, or to blame it Aleister Black for letting her in and offering her cookies or some shit. But I enjoyed it. So who do you think poisoned her? Because I don't believe Selena did it anymore.
Well, Selena was like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it all the way through the match. But Lucha Doc seems to think Dawkins has done it, whereas...
But why would you poison your tag team partner while you're currently champions?
Yeah, exactly, because I feel like, because they're champions, I don't feel like you would poison your partner.
Yeah. Maybe it's the Viking Raiders? I mean...
Well, Eric was wearing the
Viking Profits?
The Viking Profit shirt in their stupid match. That was literally like 2 seconds long.
Wes, I am not putting respect on Angelo Dawkins' name. He had no reason beating Andrade. Andrade now can't even go after Randy Orton for revenge. And I know that's not real storyline. I know him and Charlotte are together and whatnot. But he can't go out and get his revenge for his future father-in-law. Because he lost to Dawkins. There's no way he can beat Randy Orton. But I don't have any clue who they're going with. Maybe AOP is coming back. Maybe Seth did the poisoning.
I don't know if they would actually go that far into poison. AOP would just whoop your ass.
Maybe Indus Shear, who are in NXT, who hasn't been used in a while. Maybe they called them up with Bivens, and they can come after
They
him.
were watching on Raw Underground this week.
Yeah. As Wes bring up, the racist Forgotten Sons have been moved to Raw to combat their racism. But I feel like they wouldn't go that route with them at this current time.
Like, you could never go that route with that. As someone that is on the stock market, as a publicly traded company, they could never do that.
Levi suggested Retribution did it. But I wouldn't see a reason why unless they somehow connected to someone being released. Could be the Usos. I don't know. But I'm really curious. I don't think they know, of course, as always. WWE doesn't know. Maybe it's the Colognes. Huh? Maybe because they're part of Retribution?
No.
They're part of Retribution. They got fired. They're back. And they never got a chance to the tag team titles. We don't know. We do not know.
Wes said it was Everrise.
Let's go. Let's go. Honestly, if it's Everrise to Hootie Miles and Leon Ruff, and they formed a Ruff Bunch because they punished Martez Ford, I'll be okay with it. Exactly what Levi is saying. Everybody's saying the Forgotten Sons can't do this. It's just wrong. You can't do this. Oh, but yeah. So, what were your overall thoughts of Raw?
You're gonna gloss over Bayley versus Asuka.
Oh my God! I didn't mean to gloss over it. Bayley fought Asuka in an amazing match, in which Bayley, which I want no one to ever criticize. Bayley has a ground game. Bayley's ground game was on point. She put Asuka in everything.
Submission after submission. The submission transitions between the both of them were incredible.
Yeah, I don't even know where this comment came up, and I didn't select that one to appear. When Lucha Dorgan said, "Oh, he's drunk as fuck," I was like, I didn't select that one. But yeah, and it was really good back and forth. Do you have an issue that Bayley lost clean to Asuka as being the SmackDown champion?
No, because Asuka's in that league where she's like she's the top tier of women. So like it's okay for that to happen, and especially like Bayley got caught. She was imitating Kairi Sane, and she got caught and got put in that submission. So like that happened. So I'm not that too bothered by it. How about you?
I'm going to read Levi's comment. Bayley and Asuka are the two best wrestlers in the world, period. Do you mean female wrestlers or just period? Like, you're done. Like, if Okada was to get into the ring, or Omega and all these guys,
I'm sorry.
Bayley and Asuka are the greatest.
In what world? I want you to book this as well. In what world would Okada be in the ring with Bayley?
Obviously, Sasha set up the match. Sasha would have set up this match. That's why it happened. Sasha set it up. But it's revenge for Kairi Sane. I don't know. But I can't get down. You're right. But yeah, I thought it was just a tremendous match. In a way, it kind of felt like you do kind of make the Raw title greater than the SmackDown title, for you're getting a number one contendership by beating Bayley. But I feel like that's the price you get when you give them all the belts. And I think the tag team titles have to be defended at some point. They're just walking around with them. Someone has to. They have to go and fight somebody.
Well, it kind of doesn't make sense. So you've got this story of the Iconics, and I'm just going to call them the Riot Squad now.
They are. They officially became the Riot Squad again.
And they're feuding over nothing, essentially. Like, I feel this is a type of match that should be like the Iconics should be tag team champions.
Yeah.
At some point, like I like what's going on right now in the top tier of the women's division, but like after SummerSlam, we need to start thinking of moving those tag belts off them two.
Yeah.
Onto an actual tag team. And I didn't like the way this ended, that match. It was so stupid.
I was shocked that it happened, and I was...
Like, Liv Morgan was actually facing that direction, so she could have saw Billie Kay, and then she transfixed on Ruby Riott standing on the rope, and then lost.
Yeah.
And then blamed Ruby Riott for the whole thing. I'm just like, what the hell? This is stupid.
You lost. You just lost. I think the tag team that should take it from Bayley and Sasha, and this may come as a shock to everybody, I think it should be the KC Express. I think it will give young talent exposure. They can go from show to show, and you're going like, who's this? And you can tune in to NXT. You put those titles on the NXT women.
I agree you put it on NXT Superstars, but I don't know, man. Like, as much as I love Caden Carter, the other one is just not it, man.
Treat them like the private party. Have one do more than the other. Well, actually, they're about equal the more I think about it now. I try to think of a tag team that two people don't really do anything. You got Aaliyah and Mercedes.
I would go with Aaliyah and Mercedes. As much as I don't like Aaliyah, but like Mercedes is the one that would probably do all the work. Aaliyah will probably get some knowledge coming off Mercedes. It would be good to pair them two together, and Aaliyah will improve in the ring.
You know, it's at a weird point in WWE in which the women's tag team division seems to be deeper than either show of the men's tag team division, because you can go to every brand. But I think it's not KC Express. It's really Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, if she ever comes back. I don't know where she's at.
She must be coming back.
But I think that's the team that actually put it on. Like, I feel like both women can work, and they can work different styles with everybody. Bliss and Cross are dead, by the way, at Luchador. They're dead. They're dead. Alexa Bliss died in the ring, and now it goes.
Yeah, Nikki Cross doesn't give a damn.
Yeah. So does Braun Strowman. Apparently no one gives a damn about Alexa anymore.
But at least Braun Strowman's up front about it.
All right. I think that's the end of the show, though, for the most part.
Well, I feel like we need to bring up what happened this weekend. And it basically, I feel like Chris Jericho put out a tweet of, I don't know what prompted this tweet. And I don't know what prompted this tweet of him trying to ban Jim Cornette from watching AEW Dynamite and AEW Dark.
Yeah.
To which Jim Cornette hit him back. And I feel like that was the biggest slap in the face. I can't remember the exact tweet, but he called him a little. He hit him with a hashtag of a little bit of the COVID. and Rona God.
Okay, so I guess if we want to touch on this, we touch on it as a bonus content of the Jericho as Sturgis, or the Fozzy performing as Sturgis. One, I'm going to give my take on this. The coronavirus is a real thing. People are really getting sick. Stop politicizing it. I just don't feel, if you want to go out there to a concert, go ahead and do it. But my opinion is you go see a better band. You don't go see Smash Mouth and Fonzie. If I'm going to risk my life and long-term damage to my lungs, I am not going to see Fonzie.
Okay, and so if Chris Jericho does fail to pass the COVID test on Wednesday, how quick before AEW merch or Chris Jericho on his own merch stand puts out the a little bit of the Rona shirts?
Not only that, it'll be Jericho with a mask on, and he will make it. He'd be the Rona God. He'll be the Rona God. Like, he's gonna take the full mantle, and I still think it's a bad look. Even selling that is a bad look, considering how many people have died from this virus. I just think it's a bad look. Overall, I think everything. I think, I'm tired of hearing about it. I think it was just all over the weekend about what's going on. I just hope that all the precautions were made, that AEW make the precautions, for the locker room to make sure everybody is safe, and that they don't risk anything by risking Orange Cassidy or whoever Jericho's interacting Inner Circle and their health. And all the 80-year-old men they have hanging around, similar to the WWE doing. That they don't do anything like that. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a big risk. Everybody's taking precautions. This does not seem like a precautionary move. I saw a video. No one's wearing masks and everything. It just didn't seem like it was the right move to do. But the people who go see this concert are stupid. It's Fozzy. And the other one was Smash Mouth. Go watch Shrek if you want to hear Smash Mouth, alright? No one cares about Smash Mouth in 2020. It's a terrible band. That'd be like me paying to see Nickelback.
Ooh, Nickelback.
Oh, Eric, I believe Eric posed the question to me, or was this on the Watch Along? I think we did this on the Watch Along. I don't know if we had a... what band would you pay to see the risk getting coronavirus?
I remember that question. I said neither because I'm not a real big fan of live music.
That's right.
Because I don't like. I feel like people around me would ruin my own experience. Because first of all, I'm not over 6 foot. So someone tall stands in front of me, I won't be able to see anymore. Not to mention, people all do their hand movements, all this bullshit, which would irritate me anyway.
Yeah.
I would firmly stay at home. I don't think I would ever go outside for live music.
Yeah, I'm probably in that vein, unless it's like a once-in-a-lifetime in which Michael Jackson has come back from the dead to perform a concert for the final time from the grave to put on the show of shows. I think I may have, and it's the one time in the middle of this pandemic that you'll be able to see Michael Jackson perform some ghostly-ass magical shit. I may have to go see that. I'll risk my life.
So you'd risk your life for zombie Michael Jackson?
For zombie Michael Jackson, you got to do it.
You would actually risk your life for real life Thriller?
Yes. And sure, it might be the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, but I might do it.
No, we didn't, Wes. But yes, Mick James is back. Oh wait, that happened.
No, wait. Stop it right there, Manny. Mickey James is back. I can care less. Because it was all about the B.O.A.T. The boat. The boat. Which I'm considering us the boat of the YouTube series of wrestling topics or podcasting or whatever the hell you call this. We are the boat. We are the best of all time. Shout out to Natty and Lana for coming up with the greatest name in the history of a bad duo ever. They are the boat.
And also, so I said this in our pre-show meeting. Just remember, guys, Lana on TikTok is greater than Lana on Raw.
I don't know, man. I mean, this catchphrase of the boat. Come on. I don't know. Yeah, she's probably better on TikTok. But they're shutting down TikTok. What is Lana gonna do? Half her gimmick is TikTok.
We're not 100% sure what's gonna happen with that because apparently Microsoft want to buy it, or Apple were going to buy it. Someone was going to buy it. But like Instagram has now inputted Reels, so like TikTok could be dead. Like the world's probably moving on without it.
I love that 2020, the rise of TikTok, the fall of TikTok, the same year. Like it literally was a thing in 2020 and now it's done. It's dead. Oh, but I support Natty being the BO.A.T, the best of all time, even though there is no evidence to say the least other than her numbers. I believe she has a high stat game of most matches, most wins, and all this shit. But she also probably has the most losses.
So Eric just asked me, do I have TikTok? And I don't have TikTok. I'm in the same boat as Mickey James.
Oh, so you're the best of all time.
Yeah.
Oh. By the way, if they are a BO.A.T, if Lana and Natty are a BO.A.T, they are the SS Minnow. They are the Titanic. They are, I can't think of any other rickety-dickety boats there are, but they are. They're the boat from Tom Hanks, and Castaway. They're just tied up together with a volleyball.
Also, I did like the fact that Mickey James pointed out that Natalya and Natty has been riding the coattails of her family for years. which Charlotte Flair has. So Natty should be getting the same amount of controversy and everything that goes along with it.
No, the difference between Charlotte Flair and Natty is that people care about Charlotte Flair. No one cares about Natty. The only thing I care about Natty is that the Tyson Kidd videos that you randomly see and she's somehow in the background, you're like, is he coming back? Is he the third member in that triple threat match on NXT? That would be amazing. That's what I want. But I don't think him coming back in a triple threat match, ladder match kind of deal would happen. What about the Body Dot and Sunny? I don't even know what this is about.
Oh, they're talking about Sunny. Would anyone risk the Rona for Sunny? No.
No. One, I read somewhere she don't like black people and she supported white power and all that. So no, it's not for Sunny. That's just some nasty shit to go with. Oh.
So Chris said Natty isn't in the top 8 of WWE women. So I asked him, where would you put Naomi? He said 8. Do you agree?
So Natty isn't in the top 8 and Naomi is number 8. I can watch that. I would put Natty in the top 10 of women wrestlers. I know that's wrong.
But would you
not
put
currently
Naomi in the top 10?
No. Unfortunately, no.
I don't think Naomi makes the top 10.
Are we talking about in the world or WWE? What are we talking about? WWE? She might make the top 10.
Current roster.
Well, we got NXT too, so no, neither one.
Yeah, no, when you include NXT, she doesn't make top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, neither one. Yeah, even if it's the world, I don't think either one cross top 20 in the world right now. I mean, Naomi could get a good reaction. Naomi's a good setup. The glow entrance. Natty could give you a good match. Natty could give you a solid match. But neither one can really deliver.
Naomi's glow entrance doesn't even work in this period because there's no fans to interact with it.
Yeah. Marcus would show up to a DMX Ja Rule concert. No, I would show up to a. Because it's what?
Because it's murder.
Murder. What I doing up my baby? What I doing up my lady? You need to know, dog. It's murder. No, I wouldn't show up to that concert. I would show up to a 50 Cent Ja Rule battle, which I know is just going to end up with people throwing hands on each other. Tamina is not greater than Naomi, by the way. No.
Naomi is just under Tamina. That means Tamina's above her?
I don't know. I feel like the show's going long and it's not necessary to compare random people. Excuse me. We did our 50 minutes, guys. We did it. We made it. We made it through this show. Oh. You got any closing comments for us, Manny? Because I got nothing. I mean, I can throw the clip up.
Yeah, we'll close on the clip, but so stay tuned for. Keep an eye out for us on Thursday, same time, for the last Wednesday Night War for a while, for 3 weeks.
Something like that. I don't know. We'll come up with something else, I guess, in the middle of it. But tune in Friday for our watch along, where we have a special guest from the No Apologies podcast. Raph from the Mid-Card Best will be on the show to watch along with us for SummerSlam 1998.
First of all, if you don't know Raph is the person that kind of likes to cause controversy or just troll us when it comes to Chad.
Yeah. I mean, he's my favorite non-wrestling fan because he's the most casual wrestling fan. Nothing piques his interest, but he comments on wrestling all the time. And he goes, it's something I should get into? You should check it out. I looked at it, turned the channel. Also, Saturday, we're going to have special guest El Luchador. He will join the show on the Sharpshooters main show on Saturday. Should be an exciting show. A busy week for us this week. We're on the road to SummerSlam, where you will never see it coming, with the B.O.A.T of wrestling podcast, the Manny and Marcus Show.
And depending on schedule, because it all depends on Eric, we may be doing another Nitro versus Raw. Well, this will be the first Nitro versus Raw after the calamity of watching ECW.
The controversial ECW watch along.
Yeah, I feel like we took a lot of heat for that one, but I'm going to go and say it. The matches were good. The matches were fun. The promo work they did, not fun.
Foley was good. Foley at the end.
Yeah, but I feel like me and Eric both checked out of that.
Yeah, you guys died in the middle. It was because of the ECW fan cam. That portion of it seemed like 30 minutes of oh man, it's not really. I don't want to see this. I want to see the matches or stuff like that. Also, make sure you go to the DSPN on Store Frontier or Store Frontier /DSPN. Let's see if it works this time. That's DSPN. Oh, Store Frontier. Help us and buy now! Explanation boy. Fade to black. Pause. Rewind that shit.
Also, if you're in the chat right now, make sure you hit up that like button by giving it a Billy Kay throat punch.
Yeah! The greatest throat punch in the history of wrestling. The greatest. By the way, the most useless moment of the show was that the Iconics in the match, the Liv Morgan. They didn't need this. We didn't need that match. It just felt
but we didn't need the Ricochet match versus the Ninjas. We didn't need that.
Well, how did R-Truth get the belt back?
R-Truth is the new 24/7 champion for the 38th time.
I'm waiting till he gets to 100. I'm just waiting till he gets to 100. Tozawa deserves better. Where is that hashtag? That's a hashtag we need to get behind. Tozawa deserves better. Why can't he just stay on NXT? Why does he have to be this ninja master guy? It was fun the first week. I was happy, but he shouldn't have to stay like that forever. Hashtag Tozawa deserves better. Oh, that's it. I'm done. Make sure you subscribe too. Don't just hit the like button. Subscribe. Comment.
Well, I think everyone here is subscribed.
Oh, shocking.
unless you're new. If you're new and you've made it this far, subscribe.
Yeah. If you're new, just say something in the chat. I wouldn't even mind if it's F you. I'm like, dang, they said something in the chat. But I think we took too much of everybody's time today. We've gone 55 minutes strong of total entertainment. I got that else. I don't know. I said we got to end the show.
Yeah, I feel like we just need to record an ending of the show and then just play it and then just leave.
Yeah, I know. Just like, so long, farewell. No, but by the way, this is how I don't think I even said this, and I meant to say it. This is how I think this Randy Orton storyline ends. Randy Orton has killed Ric Flair. He's going to take the title from Drew. Maybe he fights Triple H in the meantime. Edge comes back, he fights Edge, he defeats Edge, and he declares himself the greatest wrestler of all time. And then here comes John Cena comes back, takes the title from Randy Orton, becomes the greatest champion of all time to piss off the entire WWE universe. Did John Cena pass the record? Because he's tied right now, right?
I don't think that's going to happen because Randy Orton's looking for number 14. So,
but Cena is tied, right? He's tied for the record.
Yeah, Cena's tied for 17.
Who's better to take it off it than Randy Orton? He should take it from Randy, his arch nemesis. Even though I'd rather for him to take it from Edge, he'd take it from Randy Orton, who killed Ric Flair and declared himself the heir apparent to Ric Flair. I'll be more in support of that. I'm assuming he's talking about the John Cena. With that note, now that you got my secret storyline that I'm working behind the scenes, sources close to me tell me that's what's going to happen. I'm the new Meltzer. I'm just going to say sources close to me before everything, and everybody's going to believe me until it's wrong.
Oh, before we go, what did you guys, if you were at the beginning, what did you make of our new image?
Hold on, I can flash the image up again. And we're muted, I think. Exhibit A. Here's the new image where Manny is clearly missing an arm. I want you guys to not see that part and see everything else. I mean, we look like a what's that artist? The guy that did all the pop art from the 80s. God.
I can't remember.
Something with a W. Eddie Wardlow. I know it's not
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. Yeah, Andy Wardlow did this one. I'm going Wardlow.
I feel like this looks fire and looks way better than the horrific.
I'm more
2 images of me.
I'm more in favor of the horrific.
No, it adds to me being suspended in universe. It's like we both took an acid trip and then took a photo.
That's how I do every show anyway. Manny's clearly drunk. Alright, guys. We babbled on long enough. That's the end of the show. I got no more things to say. We're just going to cut out. This is the end of the Marcus and Manny show. Hey, hey.
Ho, ho.
So long.
That's the end. That's the end of the man. It's hey, hey, ho, ho. That's the end of the Manny and Marcus show.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. But we actually don't come on tomorrow. So, never mind. You're right. That's the end.
Peace.